So yeah, thanks for coming up all the way. I know it's late at night, but really appreciate you coming to watch perform. So there's tea and coffee and stuff up the back if you want something that during the time. Go for it. I'm also Lauren, by the way. I'm one of the co-directors of camp, so hello. Hi. Hello. Yeah, we've had a really great week at Mayor Camp. We've had a bit of a Cluedo up the board, so have you ever played the game of Cluedo? We've been playing that with the campers, so there've been a few interesting deaths throughout the week. Yeah, but it's been a really great week, and we're just going to get straight into it. So our first act is music, and yeah, music can introduce themselves.
So this week in music, we've had a great time getting to know each other and exploring different elements in music. As we thought about what music means to us and what particular songs mean, and how we express ourselves during performance. They worked really, really hard, and I hope you enjoy this. This is Don't Wait by the Germain Sisters. That could be an issue. I'll go for
A band member missing.
Maybe, can I make a joke?
No.
What?
Also, you should tell her that it's a joke from last night. Sorry?
Tell us a joke.
Tell us your grandma jokes. Okay, so you tell us.
I don't know.
Okay. Why did Megan fall off the swing?
She had no eyes.
Exactly. Knock knock. Who's there?
Not
Not
me.
Megan. It's not funny. I can't do this. Right. Somebody else said
Okay.
Hi everyone, my name is Laura and this is my very first Mad Camp this year, which is very exciting and I've absolutely thoroughly enjoyed myself. And so I've been working on the drama team, so working with, actually no, stay here for a little bit, stay just there. So working, some of our time has been spent working on improvisation and working on our improv skills and thinking about how to think of ideas on our feet and on the go and working on that kind of thing. So we'd like to play an improv game for you guys now. We're going to play a game called Live Cross. So we've got 3 people that will be anchors in a newsroom, and we'll have 2 people that will be live reporters. Our 2 live reporters here are going to leave the room right now while we think of a scenario, a situation that is happening, and they're not going to know what it is. Our anchors are going to be asking them questions about what's happening on the ground, and they're going to be trying to answer and also trying to figure out what they're supposed to be reporting on. So, can I have any suggestions from the audience about what the scenario should be? So, previous scenarios we've done is there's a spaghetti hurricane. We've done aliens have taken over the Eiffel Tower. Things like that. So, do I have any suggestions from the audience? Yes?
Mad Camp is mid camp, but what happened to art?
What happens to art on Mad Camp? So, as some of you are aware, and some of you may not be aware, we didn't actually end up running an art elective, an art workshop this time because there just wasn't enough interest. Another suggestion.
Ice cream truck overturned to the kids' party.
An ice cream truck has overturned at a kids' party. So there's 2 suggestions. I think we are going to go with, can I have a show of hands for the first suggestion, which was Mad turns Mud Camp. A lot of Mad Cams that understand that reference. And who thinks ice cream truck falling over? I think we're going to have to go with that one. Okay, so you anchors, you know what's going on? You know the situation? Alright, let's get our live reporters in. Come on in, live reporters. Can't hear me, that's good. Means I didn't hear. Come on. Come on in. Alright, you have 2 minutes to figure out what the scenario is. And go.
And now we go live to our reporters on the scene. What can you tell us about this horrific disaster?
Well, there's lots of mixed emotions flowing around.
How do the children feel?
The children are panicking, but I think some of them are alright.
Is this disaster worsened by the heat there?
The temperature is making everyone sweat.
It must be a shame there's nothing to cool them down with anymore.
All the heat is
Is this the first incident of this kind?
No, it's happened before.
Has the company been sued yet?
No.
Do you think it will be likely there is a lawsuit in the works?
Quite possibly, yeah. Everyone's like, some people are really struggling, especially with intense heat.
How do the parents feel about losing all that money?
Some of them are struggling, but the wealthier families are okay.
Are there any particular flavors that you like? Like, are you happy that the mint chocolate chip is gone? Or how the vanilla state?
Oh, yes, the parents have been paying a lot of money for their children's ice cream because it's really hot. And they are out of mint chocolate chip.
Has there been any widespread panic by any children in the area?
Well, there's no more mint chocolate chip.
Now, live reporters, what is your understanding of the situation? The freezers have stopped working? The freezers have stopped working.
For the ice cream, mint chocolate chip.
The mint chocolate chip. Because they're like frozen. Can we have an answer, thank you, anchors? What was the situation?
An ice cream truck fell over at a birthday party.
At a birthday, at a kid's birthday party. Well done.
Next we have Peter come up and he's going to just talk about what we've been learning about in our focus sessions in the morning. So every morning, Chris, our speaker up the back there in the lovely jacket, has been giving us talks about God and things like that. So, he's going to tell me.
Yeah, focus talks. Again, thank you to Chris for having wonderful focus talks. I apologise as I'll probably sell them way short. So sorry about that in advance. Alright then, so day one, we asked the question. We were asked the question. We didn't ask it to anyone actually. Who are you? When we were asked who are you, we were told don't use what you do as an example. They'll probably be a lot of constraints, but who are you? What is your identity? Was what the question was actually asking. Described as a simple icebreaker question. It was actually really quite I can't speak for how everyone went with answering that question, but I know that, at least in my case, it provoked some serious thinking. You'll have to ask your own children and or self and or friends, depending on who you are, how that works. Day two, we started looking at the concept of garbage in, garbage out, which had a wonderful song to go along with it. Thank you, Craig. It was mostly looking at, there's lots of much of it into your head in as short amount of time as possible. Again, there were things that happened and I've forgotten what else was talked about. There's probably something mentioned about what you can do about having a lot of garbage in your life, how to limit the garbage that goes in, because whatever goes in comes out eventually, and it's not pleasant. No one wants to see it, you don't want to see it yourself. Fun things like that. Day 3, that's a thing, disability. Day 3 was the title of the day that I was given by Chris earlier, was What You Want. It was about sin and stuff, and now I have to kind of make it up from here, because that's what I've got.
It's good to see it had a profound effect on
right. We looked at the song, the video clip for the song.
Tell me what you want, what you really, really want. No, tell me what you want. I want of it.
Thank you. We looked at the motivation behind that song. For example, fame, notoriety, money, things, other stuff. Rather selfish reasons for wanting those things. Rather selfish desires and motivations. We also looked at another version of the song that's done quite recently, and has been doing the rounds on the internet, done by people in a place. Something. I'm good at this, aren't I? Except that was about, while the song was perfectly identical, and a lot of the scenes in the video clip had been replicated to some degree, there was also, it was very obviously pointed out that this song was not like the same as the original. This was a song about promoting women's rights, so education for girls, other things, something else.
Don't forget the other one.
Yes, that one too. And then after that, we did went into a delightful soul-searching activity known as walking the Roman Road. The Roman Road referring to a series of passages and verses in the book of Romans. However, we actually did some walking. So walking. But no, the Roman Road, that was more important. I can't quite remember what the exact verses are, but the short version was, no one is perfect, everyone makes mistakes and fails, and on our own efforts we have no hope in life whatsoever, and it's all pretty grim, which is where Jesus comes in, and he's pretty great. You may have heard of him. He died for us, and that is literally our only way to get anywhere in later in life, to get good with God. It is the ultimate get out of jail free card, and please utilise it. It's actually quite enjoyable. The whole process of getting to know God, I very much recommend it. God. And then finally, today, day 4, the topic of our focus was how can you make Jesus the centre of your life? And considering this was what, 6 or 7 hours ago, I really should remember this better. But here we go. So we had some quick examples from the leaders of how they try to make Jesus the centre of various aspects of their life. And we looked at some cool videos about other things that talked about making Jesus the centre of your life, and participating in the church and God's community in general, as well as a cool video about a guy with serious disabilities who got help from just some random girl who happened to be a Christian, just walked up and said, "Oh, sure, I'll help you." And then, after lots of helping later, we eventually came to Christ. And it was fun things like that. Focus was always followed by small group discussions where we talk about various parts of the, yeah, I'm really, really good at this. But yeah, various aspects of the talk. Thank you, Grace, for your subtle hint. Yeah, various aspects of the talk. And yeah, we talked. And there were Bible verses as well. I can't remember which ones they were. And I will finish year one.
Okay, so the second piece that we worked on in music is by Coldplay. It's called Viva La Diva. Could I please have the band up?
had a really fun group who we did a number of exercises with them, and so we took them through what it looked like to take on the persona of a character, and how you could express what that character was feeling and what they wanted to do in a scene. And so we did that through activities that focused on the voice, on the whole body, on bits of the body. And also this year, for the first time I've been involved in MAD, we had a really large creative component in terms of the writing aspect of that. And so hopefully you'll enjoy that too once you have that chance to see that. Because these excellent kids had a great opportunity and made excellent use of that to really express themselves through these characters and to really form something quite excellent. So with that, we might take it away. Thanks for your time.
Whew, right. Getting ready. It's going to be a long day today, I think.
Indeed.
All right. Yeah, open time. Okay. Good morning. Come in. We'll take your two best seats. That would be these two right here. What can I get you, ladies?
I'll just have my special with birdseed with a side of olive oil.
Right. Okay. Coffee, birdseed, side of olive oil. And for you?
And I will have a coffee with your finest, freshest, crispest hay.
Coffee and hay.
I feel like the general in the room.
Waiter,
Yes.
long black coffee.
Long black coffee.
What are you doing here?
I have places to be. This was the closest thing for a break.
And why did you have to sit right there?
Where are the other chairs?
Over there.
Really?
Really? Because you don't deserve to be in my fabulous presence.
Well, I'll have you know, I conquered Egypt in a day.
I met the king of the world.
Ahem. That's nothing.
I saved this planet. Yeah, that's right. I saved you all.
This will be good.
And this is how it happened. I was on this cruise thing, and it smelled so bad. It was like a zoo in there. And it rained for like 40 days. And when that finished, we couldn't even get off, because apparently there was no land. And by the end of it, I lost track of the days. It felt like forever that we were on a cruise. When the leader guy finally opened the window, he sent out this other guy, and he just went back and forth and literally did nothing. And then he asked me. Like, I didn't want to go out there. It was cold and wet, and I didn't want to go because I might get tired. But I went anyway to get out of the smelliness. So I just went around for a bit and found nothing. So that was like a complete waste of my time. And then 7 days later, he sent me out again to do the same thing. So I found an olive tree this time. And I was kind of excited to have found it, so I sat down and ate some. I spent like half the day there, and honestly, sometimes I get bored in my own company. So I decided to go back and take an olive branch with me. Not that I was being nice or anything. And when I returned, the leader guy seemed kind of impressed and sent me back inside. Then 7 days after that, he sent me out again. Like again? I've already done this twice. So I went back to where I found the olive tree, and I could see all the land now. And I wondered why the leader guy hadn't come out sooner. I didn't go back this time. I didn't want to go back to the smelliness. Besides, I thought they'd find me soon enough. I could see all the land now. And it was the first time I'd been alone for quite a long time. The land was beautiful. I looked up at the sky and I saw a rainbow. And I realized that there's so much beauty on this earth than just in my own little world. I hope the rainbow was out long enough that the others saw it too. So that was my story. Beat that.
Pretty impressive.
Yeah, sure. This one good. Thank you.
Where's my shawl? Oh, came right up.
Well, I'll have you know, me and my glorious army conquered Egypt.
Thank you.
Can I get you anything?
Can I have some chai latte, but without the sugar, without the milk, and without the chai. And krill as well, please.
Right.
Oh, I want a diet, obviously.
Okay, so that's chai latte with no sugar, no milk, no chai, and with a side order of krill. Right. I'll see what I can do.
So what's happening, guys?
Well, we were just telling our stories of how we like got here.
Oh, were we? Well then, guess it's my go. So you get this right. I was minding my own business as I usually do, by myself, like every day of my life. I like it like this and it has no reason to change. But one day, this guy had other plans. He crashed at my place. No respect to my place at all. He was in a really bad mood. He was totally bummed out. Jonah didn't have any courtesy of talking to me or even introducing himself. He talked to this random guy that didn't even seem to be there for 3 whole days and nights. Where's the respect in that? Although he was rude to me, I felt sorry for him and he sounded kind of desperate when he was talking to his friend. He kept on asking me these things called forgiveness. For what I gathered, his friend had asked him to save these people in some city, but he was too afraid and he ran away. I couldn't get any sleep. He kept babbling on about how much he was sorry and how he can do better next time and how he didn't have enough trust for his friend. By the 3rd day, I felt so sick of him hanging around, and it just made me want to throw up. I could sense it was time for me to encourage him to go trust his friend more. So I dropped him off to the nearest shoreline and watched him walk into the sunset. He seemed at peace with his friend now. Yes, it's been a horrible experience, but I'm glad that I know that I did well and that I helped him and his friend. I hope that the city and the people got saved.
Well, I suppose that's acceptable, but that's no way to tell a story. Listen up, you slimy toads! Today is the day of reckoning, and we will rise. For who can best us? Who can leap as far as we can? Who can hunt their prey as well? We will fight them in the ponds. We will fight them in the reeds. We will fight them in the rivers. And we will fight them in the streams. Wherever we are, my brethren, we will fight. There will be a day when our courage fails and our ponds run dry. But it is not this day. For this day we will not falter. For this day we will prevail. For this day, this very day, we will stand and roar our creed. Small in body, strong in spirit, and great in number. And the world will tremble. Charge! Oh, don't do that. No, stop. Stop. No. How did this happen? My plan was infallible. Who could have known those dastardly Egyptians could not feed my glorious army and their dietary needs? The shame! Victorious on the battlefield, but vanquished by the one enemy we could not defeat, our own hunger. I really should have seen that coming. After all, a great general like myself needs the vision to know their own limits. I hear there's an even greater general coming to finish what I started. I wish him many victorious campaigns.
And here is your steak tartare extra rare. I hope it's your satisfaction.
Roar! It's not roar enough! I guess it's about my turn to share my story. I'm a very particular man, as I must have order. I can't stand around in differences in my routine. and my colleagues and I take great pride in our work. But then came the day when this all changed. Normally, when we are given a new project, we deal with it efficiently and in the appropriate manner. But this new project was different. We wanted to make a real meal out of it. But a shining man held us back. He had the look of upper management. He was the kind of guy I wouldn't say no to. Unfortunately, he told us that our usual routine wouldn't do for this project. I then realised that his project, Project Daniel, was far more important than mine, and that mine wouldn't be completed due to conflicting priorities. Normally, I couldn't wait to sink my teeth into a new project, but once I had sorted out my priorities, it was easy to leave it until the next day. I'm just so relaxed now that I've learned to be more flexible. Well, things to do, people to eat. Meat.
Well, that was all very well and nice, but I'm by far the most fabulous one here, so it's about time I share my story.
Here we go again.
See, I'm so fabulous that everyone loves me. I'm chosen first for games, and I win every running race. And I'm by far the most beautiful of all my brothers and sisters. And I've been praised, worshipped, and loved all my life. I've known nothing different. That was until one day when I was taken away from my family. 2 men came to my stable and took me away. I bleated for my mother, but she ignored me. No one ignores me. So I trotted after the men just to spite her, to make her sorry for not caring. When we arrived at a hill, there was another man waiting. I thought I'd be scared when the 2 men draped their cloaks over my back and the other man got on my back. But I was surprisingly calm. He was a kind and gentle rider, which is just what I deserve. When we arrived at our destination, people laid down their coats and olive branches for me to walk on. They bowed and worshipped me. The guy on my back, well, he was just along for the ride. We arrived at a temple, and it was the most beautiful thing I'd ever seen. Even more beautiful than me, and that's hard to do. Now, the guy on my back, whoever owns this temple must be the king of the world. The guy on my back went inside the temple. I heard some loud crashes, and then my rider say, "You have turned my house into a den of robbers." Wait, did I hear that right? Did he say my house? Does that mean he's the king of the world? That people weren't praising me? They weren't worshipping me? They weren't laying down their cloaks and olive branches for me? Well, that's a change. But I guess I'm okay with that, because he's the king of the world. I'm glad he chose me.
Well, this is all terribly interesting. I must get to my men.
Suppose we should be heading off too.
Probably.
It's been lovely catching up with you.
See you next time.
Phew, it has been a long day. Glad it's at closing time.
Indeed. Does this happen much?
Yeah, it happens all the time.
Some of you may have recognised a little bit of names, personalities in there. We thought maybe drama kids to line up here. Was there any characters maybe that stood out that might have twinkled a bit of memory there for anyone?
I've recognised them from Did anyone recognise any of these characters from anywhere?
The donkey.
The donkey? The donkey is the donkey that carried Jesus on his back as people were crying Hosanna to him. That's right. Any other recognisable characters? Yes.
Caleb was the big fish mentioned in the story of Jonah.
The big fish in the story of Jonah. That's correct. Well done. Either of you recognise one of the characters?
Grace was the leader of one of the plagues of Egypt, presumably the frogs.
Yes, the leader of the frog plague of Egypt. That's correct. We've got two more characters. Yes.
And the dog was from Noah's Ark.
The dove from Noah's Ark, and one more, the final one. What was that one? A lion from the lion's den. That's correct.
So this dance isn't about me or Christy, but we're going to be introducing you some dancers soon. So they can get into their positions as we tell you a little bit about what the dance workshop was about for this week. So our hopes was that, well, firstly, it's going to be a load of fun, and we proved that last night having a bit of a spontaneous dance party, but also that it would be an expression of their individual faith and coming out being expressed through dance. Because we believe that dance is not just a pretty or aesthetic creative expression, but also a powerful visual of what is going on in the inside being expressed on the out. And it is inspiring when I see them perform, and it does make me very proud.
Yeah, so all of our workshops spent a bit of time this week talking about how we can use the stuff that we're doing this week outside of Nerd Camp. And so it was great spending some time with these girls talking about how they can use dance outside of camp and use it kind of in the real world, in their churches and schools and things like that. And so hopefully they can take those conversations away with them and think about that stuff and how they can use that. But it's just been amazing to spend time with these girls looking at how they've come together as a group and been able to come up with something really amazing. We're really proud of you guys and what you've come up with, and we hope that you guys really enjoy what they've come up with as well. This is all their own choreography that they've put together themselves with Dan's amazing help. So yeah, take it away, ladies.
Yeah. I would like to encourage, if you're sitting in the back half of the room, and please stand, because there will be some ground work done. And if you want to get to a better vantage point, you're more than welcome to get out of your seat and off to the side. So enjoy.
Everybody's got a blank page, a story they're writing today, a wall that they're climbing. You can carry the past on your shoulders. You can start over regrets. No matter what you've gone through, Jesus, He gave it all to
we have a little bit of a project of doing some lip dubbing to tracks which are about 15 seconds long. We got each of the campus, music campus to make up their own kind of choreography and just jive out to these tracks. So we put together this video. We hope you like it.
Come up with their own little thing that they're going to present. So you're going to come up, yours, doing that.
So, a mad tradition at Mad Camp is often a ukulele sing-along. So this is like part of that. We're just going to finish off the night with a few thank yous because camps, you know, got a lot of work behind the scenes. We just want to recognise everyone with that. And to start off with, we're going to recognise our leaders, the music leaders, Pete, Sam, and Rebecca. Worked so hard on the music team, and particularly the guys who do all this sound tech stuff that I have no idea what they do, but it's so good to have them because like camp wouldn't be the same without it. We didn't have art run this year, but Cherie still organised some stuff, and she can help out with a lot of the other teams even during camp. So she would be yeah. Thank you, Cherie, for all your hard work. She needed to get twice. Drama, which is Drama and Laura. Christy and also Lockie, who helped run a night game, which took like pressure off a lot of us, so that was really oh, and work. And like this, yeah. I have this at my leaders. So that's fine. I'd also like to really thank our speaker, Chris, who did such an amazing job. We ran a bonfire last night with some fire twirling, is that what it's called? Which they love, so thank you so much for doing all this. The next person is our camp, Sarah. We had planned, came down sick last Thursday, so Sarah stepped up and camp couldn't have run without her, so we're just so grateful to have had her come. Please take the food, I don't want to see it. Please take the food. We didn't know how much we were buying. So take anything on the back, please. And lucky last to our lovely team leader, Lauren, who did so much admin work that I was so grateful to
We do have one last thank you. Jimmy has been stolen. Chef has faithfully directed Mad Camp for the last 3 years. Has come up right through the ranks as one of these guys. Stepped up as a leader and for the last 3 years has been leading it. For the last 2 years prior to this solo, and we finally managed to get Lauren on as a co-leader for it this year. And it seems quite likely this may be her very last camp. So we wanted to say a massive, on every level, everyone that's been involved, a massive thank you to Steph for everything that you've done. Madcamp has been very blessed by you. She also did a fantastic job on the second night, I think it was, of sowing dissent throughout the entire world as North Korea.
I also thank all you campers for being such an amazing group of young people. We were really blessed to have every single one of you on camp, and I really hope you've enjoyed it. And we'll love to see you again next year. Many parents here as well.
photo?